Hey guys, it is LC. Today I'm coming at you with this video that is a little bit more, I don't even know what I would call it. It's just different from the videos I've been putting up lately, and I just want to sit down and I don't know, I just want to just talk. If you are new here, I'm LC and I do makeup and other things that I love to do. And if you are back, then hey, what's up? How you doing? It's late. It is the end of the day for me, and usually right now I am curled up in bed, going to sleep, watching my favorite show or my favorite movie. Really wanted to just sit down and talk and get this out, and I'm just kind of rambling, and I'm sorry if I do that a lot in the video. I just don't really have a plan for this at all. Let me just get into it. So the past few weeks, I've just been in a funk. When you just get into one of those moods that you just cannot shake. It just stays there and doesn't want to go away. And there's no reason as to why it's happening. You wake up every day and you're like, why isn't this going away? Why am I still waking up with this feeling of dread? I don't know. That's kind of a heavy word for it, but I don't know how else to describe it right now. I'm feeling much better today because I am filming and I have found something that I love to do that really just gets me out of these moods that I get in. But I've just been really in a depressive state, which I get into a lot. I have ADHD, and throughout my life, I've had a lot of depression because of it. And for a long time, we didn't know why I was the way that I am. And it was really difficult to explain to people. I found out what I was dealing with. I found out I had ADHD, and it didn't help. I don't know if anybody else has been through something like that, but I thought that figuring out what it was would make things better. I felt better knowing, oh, okay, there's a reason for this. Now I can figure out ways to deal with it. And everybody around me kind of just didn't get it. And they couldn't feel, for some reason, they couldn't feel my relief of knowing. They just kind of looked at it as, oh, that's all. And that's when the depression started to get really worse, because I just didn't understand why people couldn't accept it and just be like, all right, let's work on this together. And there wasn't a specific person in my life. It was just the people around me, and it's not their fault at all. I think not everyone understands it, but we still have to sit here and deal with it. Anyways, the past few weeks, it sprung up again for me, just this attitude of not caring, being unmotivated. I started this channel here on YouTube and I was so excited about it. This is something I've wanted to do for years and years, and then for the past 5 years I have gotten hugely into makeup, and it has become something that is so wonderful for me. And I found a way to express myself, and it gives me that time of the day when I can sit and do my makeup. That's me time. That is time for me to just release everything. And I know that sounds so silly to some people, but it's just how it is. And for me, and when I started seeing this community online for something that I love to do, I was so excited, and I don't know why it took me so long to get into it, but I finally am doing it, and I was so happy. I was so excited. I was coming up with all these ideas, and then just out of nowhere, it just plummeted. And it's really frustrating. It's so weird. I'm not even sure why I'm making this video. For a while, I've just been like, I have this weight in me and I just want to get it out. I know I'm not alone in this type of feeling, and I just want other people out there to know that there's people who get it. There's people who go through it too. I don't even know if this is making any sense. For years and years, I dealt with these feelings the wrong way, and I do plan on making a video about that later on, going into depth more of finding my way and finding this peace in learning how to deal with whatever's going on in my head. But it took me a long time to get there, and I'm still not 100%, And I hate it, but I also am grateful for it because it brings me back down to earth and reminds me that I'm only human and I need to figure my out. And I feel like you never stop figuring your stuff out. You know, there's always gonna be a new obstacle in life that you have to get through, and that's okay. And I have come to terms with that. I think when I was younger, I always thought that if I just push through this, it's gonna be all rainbows and butterflies. And that's so typical for younger people to think. And it's not a bad thing to realize that you gotta work through life, and that's okay. I just think there's some people out there who deal with the weight of that differently, and sometimes we just get down a little too far. And we just have to learn to build back up again. Finding something you love to do is great. I know I'm talking about how I've been going through some crap lately that has made me feel like, what am I doing with my life kind of feeling, you know? And I feel like a lot of people, that doesn't really all go away. There's always points in your life where you kind of stop and think, what am I doing? But when you find something you love to do, you can remind yourself of that. You can say, oh, well, what am I doing? Well, I'm doing this. I'm doing this thing that I love to do, and it makes me happy, and it helps bring me out of this hole that I get myself into. And I found that with YouTube. I don't care if 0 people are watching or if 100 people are watching. I don't care. It's a nice outlet for me, you know? And I think that that's great. Do something that you love to do. It took me a long time. A long time to get there, and a lot of mistakes to get there. I found a lot of things through YouTube with makeup. When I first started getting into it, it was so small, and it's so cool to see how much it's grown. And I finally just decided I want to be a part of that, and I want to have that community. But I also don't want to portray this happy-go-lucky lifestyle. My life is not perfect. Nobody's lives are perfect. I just want people to know me for me. But for now, I just wanted to get this video out there, just letting you guys know who I am, what I deal with, and just so you know that you're not alone. I just want somebody out there who's going through the same stuff to know that there are ways to get yourself through it. And I know this sounds kind of depressing in itself, but you also have to understand that getting yourself through it does not mean it'll never happen again. But that's okay, because you will more and more understand yourself and learn how to help yourself. And I think that is something that is so important. Just learning how to make yourself happy with yourself is such a good feeling, and to get to that point in your life is so amazing. And it's okay when you start to feel bad again. It's okay, and you will get yourself through it again. I'm sorry, I'm just really tired, and I've just been going through shit in my own head lately that I just remember being young and sitting there at certain times feeling so alone and so helpless. I would have really benefited from hearing that somebody else was going through it too, and they got through it, and they learned how to help themselves deal with it. And I want to be that person for somebody. Or I don't even have to be. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I hope any of this made sense. Even if it didn't, I'm probably still gonna post it, because this is just me. This is just me talking and putting my thoughts out there. So I'm still gonna continue to do makeup videos, because I'm just gonna keep going with this. I'm gonna get through this, you know? I always do. And you always will too. You'll always get through it. There's no reason to stop. There's no reason to give up, no matter what it is. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for this. I'm gonna go wash off this makeup and crawl into bed and wake up and start a new day. That's all I can do, you know? I hope this spoke to somebody out there. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.